Hello, everyone. Hello. This is Shay. And listen, I just wanted to come really quick to share some truth with you all. Some real quick. So while sitting here, I have been thinking since this morning about just this whole building a brand and this whole industry of, putting your footprints out there and everything like that, right? So I was telling my girlfriend this morning in the inbox, and I was like, hey, I went live. What are your thoughts? I tripped a little bit this morning, but so what? So I just wanted to share something with you all really quick. One thing I know is that a lot of times we get hung up in procrastinating or not doing what God has purposed us to do because we feel like, we should have this or we should have that. And I'll share with you all, while I was in my planning phase of trying to put together that in which the Lord had given me, I was in circles, I was in spaces with people that they would introduce themselves and with individuals that would say, you want your introduction to be consistent so that people know exactly who you are and what you do whenever they see you, whenever they speak to you. And I'll tell you that throughout that time, I had found myself actually looking at those people surrounding me, trying to measure up to them. However, I realized that their vision is their vision. What God's vision for my life is my vision for my life. So it's not going to be the same. It's not going to look the same. I'll tell you, when I started speaking, I would get tripped up and I would be hesitant to really post or come on live. I didn't like how I looked behind camera, even though I knew the message that the Lord was giving me to give other people to inspire them was spot on, and it was some good stuff because it was good when it came to me. I just didn't want to be seen. I don't really understand, or I mean, people would beat their face or they would get all cute to be on camera. And, a lot of times in society, it makes us feel like, oh, we got to do this, we got to do that in order to be right, in order to actually, move forward in whatever that purpose is or the things that we really desire to do. We feel like we got to have it all together. However, let me tell you on this good old lunch break that you're going to trip. So what? You're going to make mistakes. So what? And in the process, don't allow people or what you see before you from other people to intimidate you, to make you prolong the thing that God has placed before you, because you'll find that even when you start to walk in to that purpose, you're still going to trip. I'll tell you, God allowed me to launch the Wow Inspired movement in March, and it's been over 6 months now, and we've been consistent with going live on Wednesday nights at 10 p.m. and on Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. And even throughout some of those lives, while God has given me the inspirational message, I'm on live, and sometimes I trip. Sometimes I trip over words. Sometimes, I feel like, dang, I could have said this differently, especially when I go back and watch. But those things make us very anal of ourselves. And when we become very anal of ourselves, we tend to become stagnant. We tend to become stuck. So I just wanted to inspire someone today to understand and know you don't have to have it all together. You will trip, but so what? You're not going to get it right always, but so what? It's good that people know you and know who you are and know what you do. But ultimately, you have to be able to represent, and you have to really know who you are. I can tell someone, or you can tell someone all day long that, I am Shay, I am the inspirational speaker, the life and career advocate, I am an author, I can describe myself by all of these titles, but when you remove the titles, who are you really? Do you really know who you are outside of those titles? So today, be inspired. No, you're going to trip. So what? I did this morning. So what? It's not going to be perfect. It is not going to be perfect. Please, if you got this imagination that when you start doing whatever it is God has purposed you to do, that is going to be perfect, lose it. Because it's not. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be easy. You will critique. You will fine tooth it. And the reality is that in order for you to continue to press forward in the things in which you are desiring to do, you have to come to terms and come to grips with, you're going to trip, but so what, right? So that's all I really have. Know that you're going to trip, whether it be stumbling over words, whether it be you not liking how your hair is, or you not liking the way your eyelashes are going, or you not liking the color of lipstick that you have on when you are doing whatever you're doing. Understand that what God has purposed you to do goes a lot greater than you. Yes, it's a lot greater and it's a lot deeper than you. And Wow Inspired, we utilize the Wow Inspired platform to speak on different inspirational topics. I also provide group and individual coaching. We're going to be doing some live events after a while, but guess what? I'm not rushing. It doesn't make a difference what pace other people are going, how fast they're going, how slow it looks like I'm going. Because guess what? They also have tripped. And guess what? They said, so what? So I just wanted to let you know that in this process, it's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be identical to anyone else. When God himself has given you the vision, he will make the provision. However, as you proceed, know that you will trip and have the mindset that I tripped, so what? It does not mean that I'm going to stay here. I tripped, but so what? I'm going to get back up. I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to keep showing up, because the more that you do it, the better you become. So you can't perfect the thing if you don't put the effort in practicing what you're trying to perfect. And even when you feel like you reached a certain level of expertise or perfection, it's still not going to be perfect. So I say to you today, understand you may trip, but so what? Have an amazing Thursday, y'all. This is my truth, like, for real. Anyone that knows me know, I'm not ashamed of where I come from. I'm not ashamed of the things that I've done in my past. I thank God for being a God of mercy, a God of grace, a God of much love. So I'm not ashamed of any of that. So I share these things. I'm very transparent. I'm very real. So I say to you, don't measure up to people, because ultimately you're trying to measure up to people who's also measuring up to somebody else who's also dealing with the same issues that you are. So go ahead and trip, sis. Go ahead and trip, bro. So what? You tripped. Get back up. Keep on going. Listen, you can connect with me. Visit my website, www.iamshayspeaks.com. Follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram at iamshayspeaks.com. Listen, I want to hear from you. And if this message has helped you, share it with somebody else and let them know you may trip, but so what? Get back up. Keep on going. Listen, guys, I love you all to life. Have an amazing Thursday. So I got to get back to work. I can't afford to trip off of this clock. You understand? So what? So have an amazing Thursday. I love you all to life.